But then there are certain things that emerge and say, oh, this is possibly the best way to do it. Are there any 2 stories that you can share with us which give an idea of the impact so that people also know what they are understanding?
Well, impact is separate. I mean, there has been huge impact in the country because of our show, and I'm really happy about that. But I won't go into that. What I talk about is my 2 biggest learnings. My 2 biggest learnings from this experience of researching these various topics, meeting people from across the country. In each topic I end up meeting about 20 people, and they're from different parts of the country. It's been a fascinating experience, huge learning experience. And the 2 big learnings for not only me but the entire team has been, one is that if India, if our society has to ever prosper, and it has to ever, go beyond what our expectations are, or reach where we all wanted to reach, that we dream of, then the one thing that we need to change is that we need to look at everyone and say that we're all equal. So girls especially, women, girls from the time that they are born, first of all, half the time we want to kill them before they're born. If they are born, then they're not fed as much as boys are. They're not given the same kind of education as boys are. They're not given the same health care as boys are. I'm not saying in every family that happens, but by and large that is happening on a fairly large scale. They're not given the same teachings as boys are. They're not given the same freedom, the same independence to do what. So it's a very unfair situation. Now you look at this, it's half the population of our country, roughly, girls. So we are literally saying that half the population को हम लोग हाथ पाथ पाँव बांध के उनको रख देंगे, और बाकी के आधे लोग हम लोग आगे बढ़ेंगे. ऐसे नहीं होता. If we have to be strong as a society, all of us have to be strong. My sister will give me strength. My daughter will give me strength. My wife will give me strength. So I'm saying that this is a very important aspect. One of the biggest learnings is that we have to treat women as our equals and start empowering the girl child. So that is my number 1 learning. Inequality, we also, because in our society, unfortunately, we have the caste system, so equality also plays a big role in that. So the day we realize that, yeah, we are all human beings, we are all equal, and let's hold hands and move together, and let's give strength to each other. Let me make you more powerful, because if you're more powerful, I'm helped in the long run.
It's a tug of war theory.
I don't know. I mean, actually, when Abhijit requested me, I said yes, because I felt it's an opportunity for me to talk to you guys. And I was happy to do that. I don't know how inspiring I am. I don't like to assume too much about myself. But if I'm able to excite you guys, then I'm happy to do that.
Thank you.
Well, everyone has their own contribution. Please sit. I think everyone has their own contribution to make. I'm a communicator. That's what my skill sets are. So I'm using my knowledge and skill sets to do what I can do to contribute. I think that you are an architecture student, for example. If you can, first of all, I want to tell you that you should tell your parents that you can bring about a great change. I mean, one of the simple things that you can do, and I'm sure you will, is in most of our constructions and design, in most of our designs, we don't even think of people who are disabled. None of our buildings, government buildings, post office, if I'm a person who can't walk or who can't see, I find it impossible to go anywhere. So that's something that you can contribute, you can make that change. Whenever you design something, you can make sure that you incorporate that into your design. So all of us have something to contribute. So you tell your parents you're going to make a change.
We'll keep that as the end. We'll keep that as the end. Yeah. Before we leave, yeah? After that, the lady of the panel. Yeah.
Good evening, Aamir sir.
Yeah, hi.
Vishal sir.
Hi, Vishal. What inspires you?
What is
wake
your
up
belief?
in the morning and
What
go
is
for
your
it?
belief? What is your cause that pushes you every day to wake up and work with that energy? I think that would inspire us.
You put me on the spot. See, for me personally,
Please sit. I actually, right through my life, I've been you know, changing myself. Each time I come across a situation where I feel, this is not what I'm doing right. I don't think I'm doing the right thing over here. I stop myself and say, I need to change this about me. So for example, some years back, I would, you know, when I'm having a shower, I would be singing and, you know, doing my lines. And I said, wait a minute, I'm just wasting so much water here. You know, this is like really a big, huge waste of water. I'm learning my lines under the shower. So that's one change I brought on myself straight away, there and then. You know, the realization that you're doing something wrong should immediately prompt you into changing something in yourself. Sometimes it's small things, sometimes it's big things. You know, sometimes it's a realization that what you were thinking is not, you know, not something that you're very proud of any longer. So that person who's constantly changing is alive. Only dead people don't change. One of the challenges was that the people who make up our show, the men and women who come on our show and speak to us, their stories and what they are is hugely important to us. And that is something that we try and always remember and make sure that we never ignore. That the people are above everything for us. That is something that we always have treated as a challenge. Because sometimes in your you know, as creative people, as communicators, in your urge to communicate, sometimes we can get insensitive in trying to communicate what we want to. So in this case, our effort was to tell ourselves that no, but that is fine, we will communicate, but this person right now in front of us is the most important person. And so that was one of the challenges. I think the other challenge was, of course, that India is such a large country, and we speak multiple languages. So how do you communicate on a broad level with everyone? So we went into multiple languages. Our show comes out and it's dubbed in, I think, 3 or 4 other languages. It's subtitled in another 2 or 3 languages. So these were the kind of challenges that we had, I think, in SMJ. Challenges of communication, basically. Just don't listen to them.
No, but you need that approval.
Aamir, there's a
communication.
You have to fight it, and you have to find your own way. I think when I got into my career as an actor, in the early years of my career, I was also not a very, in fact, after my first success, the next few films I had were not very successful. I went through an initial stage of a number of films of mine not doing well. They were not even very good films, I'm afraid. So that was a tough time for me. And at that time, I would face similar challenges where I wanted to do something and I was unable to because people wouldn't listen to me, or people didn't have faith in me, they didn't trust me. So all of us go through that. But I feel that there's no other way, and there is no easy way, and there is no magic way to get through it. You have to be convinced about what you feel and fight it. Importantly, never compromise with what you believe. I think that's the one thing that I have lived by. And I'll give you an example. I don't know how many, because you all are very young, you probably don't know about this. Very early in my career, my first film came out, Kya Got the big hit. Then a number of films came out, were not very good. The media labeled me as a one-film wonder, and rightly so. I had a number of films which I was working on, which I was not very happy with, because I was very inexperienced at that time. So I took on films and took on scripts, and then realized that, hey, wait a minute, the director is the most important. I may have liked the story, I may have liked the script, but if the director is not good, he's going to take us to the cleaners. It's like this. When the script is being narrated to you, and the scene is खूबसूरत पहाड़ियों में, so you're imagining Kashmir or Ooty. The director is imagining Khandala, and the producer is saying, यार film city में भी 2-3 अच्छे पहाड़ हैं यार, वहाँ कर लेते हैं. तो आपका imagination कहीं और है, बाकी लोग कहीं और है. So these were the learning stages for me, at that time. I went through a period which was professionally my toughest period, where my films had started flopping one after the other. I knew that my upcoming films, the next 3-4 films also are not going to do very well. And at that time I was desperate. It was like I was in quicksand. Daldal mein phasa tha, and I was sinking. And I needed someone to help me to pull me out. I needed a big announcement. I needed someone, a successful director, to sign me. If that happens, then my next 3 flops also will be absorbed. Arey yaar, uski wo wali film aa rahi hai. I needed a successful director to sign me. I got a call from Mr. Mahesh Bhatt. Bhatt Saab at that time was at the absolute peak of his career. He had made a film called Saransh, which was very successful. He had made Arth, and then Naam. Tup, tup, tup. He was like at the peak. Very hot director. He said, I have a film for you. I went to his house. Sorry, there's a slight background to this I need to tell you. While I was shooting for these films at that time, I used to cry at night. Because I had got into these films based on what I thought the script should turn out to be. But when I began working on them, I realized what a big mistake I had made. I used to go home and I used to cry. My first wife, Reena, she used to look at me, she didn't know what to do. And I used to cry because I was so unhappy with the work I was doing. I was really unhappy with the work I was doing. And I swore to myself, I said, my career is going down. My films are not doing well. The coming few films are also not going to do well. But I swear I will never take on a film ever in my life until I'm happy with it. Until I'm happy from inside, I will not say yes to a film. I swore to myself. Cut to Bhatt Saab ka phone aaya. Okay? I went to meet him. He narrated the story to me. Now when Bhatt Saab's phone came, I was so excited. I said, Bhatt Saab has called me, man. This announcement will get me out. Just this announcement will get me out. I went to hear the script. I heard the script, I didn't like it. I heard the script, I didn't like it. He said, what do you think? I said, sir, can I have one day to think about it? Yeah, no problem. Come and see me tomorrow. I went home. I didn't know what to do with it. I didn't know what to do. Am I supposed to do this film? I don't like it. I don't like the story. I'm not happy with it. But if I say yes, my career gets saved. My career is getting wiped out. I'm stuck in the daldal, it's coming till here, now I've got this someone giving a hand, I have to just hold the hand, I'll be out of it. And I'm saying to myself, I'm not going to take that hand. Because I've sworn to myself, I will never do anything unless I'm happy. So I go back the next day and I tell Bhatt Saab, and these are my words to him, I said, Bhatt Saab, I'm nobody right now to say no to you. And probably after hearing my answer, you'll probably never work with me in your life. But the fact is that I'm not happy with this story. It doesn't connect with me emotionally, so I cannot do this film. I just cannot do it. I know I'm being foolish, but I cannot be dishonest to myself. He was very encouraging. He said, no problem, don't worry. We'll do some other film together. The point I'm trying to make is that at that time, if I had compromised, for the rest of my life I would have been compromised. See, you get tested when you're at your worst. When I'm successful, I'm not tested yet. It is when you're not successful, when you're up against the wall, when the stakes are against you, that is when you're tested. At that time, do you break? Do you say, nahi yaar, I have to be safe? You know, like a lot of us feel, yaar, paise to aa jayenge. You think of these compromises. Never compromise with what you believe in, what makes you happy. Never. That is too valuable. It's too valuable. That decision that I took that day, I don't know where I got the courage from to go and say I'm not doing it. Because I was like, I'm committing suicide, harakiri. But that decision, not saved me, gave me the strength. Okay, at my worst if I did not compromise. So I'll never compromise in my life. I'll only do what makes me happy. So it's a fight, you know, it's a fight. When you want to do something, you know, you come across different things. But you have to say that this is what I believe in and I'm not going to shift from here. And then there are many instances where I, you know, like went against people, I took a stance, you know, I did things, all on these same beliefs, And sometimes you lose the battle. You know, sometimes you lose the battle. But you have to stick to your guns. That's what I believe.
Sir, I'd also like to share that I think I'd heard you in an interview about my travels, so I would like to thank you for putting that in me, and I've travelled India for sure. So
that's amazing.
Thank you to you.
That's amazing. You know, that's one thing I want to tell you guys, that when Imran said, you know, what should I do? I want to become an actor. I want to become an actor. And a lot of youngsters come and tell me, I want to be an actor. I tell all of them, take a backpack, grab a few friends. Sometimes it's not safe to go alone. Grab a few friends. Look after your safety. Tell your parents, drop me in Kashmir. And after 1 year, pick me up in Kanyakumari. वो एक साल में, you look after yourself. Travel across the country, go from village to village, town to town, meet people, learn how to deal with people, learn how to deal with situations. That will teach you everything you need to know. You don't have to go to college after that. You don't have to learn anything. It will teach you marketing. It will teach you everything. सब आपको एक साल में समझ आ जाएगा. And thank you so much.
जिस तरह से IPL होता है क्रिकेट के लिए और अब फुटबॉल का भी शुरू हो रहा है, तो कबड्डी जो हिंदुस्तान का खेल है, जो हमारा गेम है, वो भी लोग देख सकेंगे.